Alright, I just got done watching Ariel Hawani's interview with Jahmal Hill, our new 205 champ, and there's a lot of things that I want to talk about during that interview. So I might make another piece on that later. I think Ariel's acting like a bit of a bitch with certain things, and either way. But what I want to talk about is he brought up a potential matchup between Jahmal Hill and Alex Pereira. Now that Glover's out of the mix, anyone who knows anything about Glover knows that he's sort of acting as Boatan's little mentor right now, I guess. And Alex was in an Instagram comment section the other day, I want to say, it was yesterday, saying, Yuri is injured, why not try knocking me out instead? It was something along the lines of that. So it's a fight that he's willing to look at, and it's a fight that, I'm going to break that down and just give my what's what about what's going on. So first things first is, would I really be happy seeing this fight? Literally, unless it got made like within the next 3 months, which I don't think it will be. No, I wouldn't want to see it for a while. I'd want to see Alex KO Izzy again at middleweight, hopefully in more fucking violent, embarrassing, brutal fashion. There'll be no questions about some fucking early stoppage this time from his little weeaboo stinky need to take a shower with fans, because he's going to be just out cold, bang, jaw hanging off his face. There'll be no question either way. But yeah, so we need to see Alex get that done, and then maybe pick up another title defence. Whitaker, I can imagine, will be the next thing that he does if he beats Whitaker, just to secure a little bit of a foundation at 185 before you instantly start moving up. As for Hill, I'll just, I think there's too much riding on it, right? It's got nothing to do with Hill. I don't think Alex can fight right now. He should be worried about trying to cement himself properly as the champion at 185. He hasn't even got a defence of his belt yet, so let's get, that shit done underway. Then we can start looking at whoever holds the 205 belt. If it's still Hill, and Hill's probably going to have to get through at least Yuri first, unless, someone shows up in the meantime, unless they rebook. What would you do? Yam and Kalaev again, and maybe have Hill fight the winner of that? I don't know. But I think that's what's sort of got to happen before we can even start properly looking at this matchup. Those are the things that need to be put in place, and it's more about just getting Alex cemented as a champion at 185, and then he can come back up. As for the matchup itself, I can't lie, I'd definitely favour Boatan, and there's a few reasons for that. I mean, the first thing I want to say is Jahmal Hill is not 6'4". How tall is Jahmal Hill? How tall is he listed at? Hang on. Jahmal Hill height. Uh, yeah, they say 6'4". He's not 6'4". I think Alex is legitimately 6'4". And you saw him standing next to each other. You saw Alex not really mean mugging him as such, but just kind of, I guess, sizing him up. And Alex is a fucking big dude. He's probably heavier than Hill on fight night as well. Especially if Alex isn't making that 185 cut. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Like, ain't fucking. Hill's like 6'3" at best. So I think there is a proper big physical discrepancy between them as well. Because look at the fucking. And I know, like, we saw that, clearly body composition doesn't mean everything. We saw that with Jahmal Hill's little, juice swirled lean gut body. But Alex Pereira would be a different. Alex Pereira would look different weighing in at 205 than Jahmal Hill would look like when he weighs up at 205. I think that's the first thing I want to mention. And, just along with that, the reach that he's going to have, and shit like that Glover definitely didn't have. Glover was considerably shorter than Alex Pereira. So I just think the first thing is how Alex wins is just that physical discrepancy and the power. Don't get me started on that. Just the length of the limbs and the overall size of Alex is going to be just a problem in itself, something that Hill's got to try and get over. And that's not to say he can't do it, because we saw Like we saw he can deal with taller people. Look at what he did with Walker. But, Alex is different, man. The stand up accolades. We've got the only two weight class champion in all of glory kickboxing. We're talking about a completely different pedigree of striking than that of, Glover Teixeira's, Johnny Walker's, or Thiago Santos's. It's just as good as I actually think Hill is, because, like I said, he really surprised me on Saturday night. I just think Alex is just going to be that. What he's just going to be there's levels. You know what I mean? And all it really comes down to is, if Teixeira is catching you, which he was. Teixeira hit him clean twice in a row, and they were two fucking big shots that would definitely be putting down more of the chinny fighters of that division. If Pereira hits you with those fucking shots that Glover hits you with, it's not. You're not just gonna get slightly rocked or anything. That, and Jahmal didn't even really. Your chin is gonna fucking go somewhere if that fucking man of mahogany hits you. So yeah. I mean, and also, I guess this sort of works both ways the more I think about it. Alex isn't going to have to be worrying about any sort of grappling threat coming from Jahmal Hill. Hill's not going to be launching takedowns. He's not going to be punishing with a double leg or anything like that if Pereira misses a shot. So, and that just gives Pereira the ability to be a bit more active on the feet and, do exactly what he wants, like he sort of could do against Strickland. I think he knew deep down that Strickland weren't going to throw, implement any sort of grappling against him. So, and we saw what happens once he's got full confidence on the feet. But I guess you could say the same for Hill. Let's face it. I mean, because at the end of the day, Hill looked as good as he did on the feet. So this is in support of Hill now. This little argument here. Hill looked as good as he did on the feet, while, anticipating takedowns from Glover over and over again, and he still was fucking getting out of shots and getting back, proper, answering to things, reacting on the feet. And he was doing that with the fear of the takedown. So, perhaps we see an even better version of Jahmal Hill. We could say that on the feet, because he knows that it's very unlikely that Alex is going to implement some sort of offensive grappling when Alex knows what he can do to win. So, yeah, that's just a little rundown. I don't really think there's anything else I wanted to cover. I think Alex would win that. Like, for the reasons I said, there's a power difference there. Hill can punch and Hill can take a shot, but it's different. Two-time glory kickboxing. Sorry, not two weight class glory kickboxing champion. He's not Thiago Santos. He's not Johnny Walker. He's not Teixeira. There's levels to this sort of striking. I've been kickboxing for years, and it's going to be a stand-up fight. So if Alex can be, fucking over stand-up legends like Izzy, then, I just think he can get Hill's number. And so it's just a little video that I wanted to give, just something to talk about this morning. Just give my speculation on what's going on. I think, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty easy matchup for Pereira to win. Not to say that Hill doesn't have a chance. He really looked fucking pretty crisp on Saturday. But I don't know, man. I just think it's different with him. It's different with Alex. Nuclear power and amazing stand-up capability. Right, so yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the issue. So thank you. I'll see you later.